We hear the Rexona, like, I don't know, soccer house or football house.
Yeah.
What, this is a great setup to start with. Talk to me a bit about that partnership for you for the first place.
Well, it's important, for me, understanding, what Rexona is all about. We're talking about the preparation and, delivering under pressure and things of that nature. And I think for me, I resonate with the message because it's something that I suppose as an elite athlete you have to deal with, whether it's, football, whether it's basketball, whatever it may be, you have to deal with the pressure, and deliver as well. And I think those moments are things that come with repetition. You train your mind, you train your body to deal with those types of things, build confidence in your game. I think that's what's more important than anything. So that's why the message resonates with me.
Talking about pressure, I don't think there's a tournament like the World Cup in terms of pressure. How do you cope with that kind of pressure when you're on this stage?
I mean, it's difficult, right? But you also have to psychologically get your head around what the event is. Then you've got the nation who's wanting you to deliver, wanting you to bring the trophy home, and the expectations from the media as well, which everybody has and everyone has to deal with. And you have to try and almost have a mentality where it's us versus them, I think, in a sense. And it's like we have to be together as one and focus on what we are concerned about and not let any outside noise integrate into the camp. And then deliver on the pitch, right? Yeah. There's big games. Each game that comes, each game feels like it's a big moment, big pressure from the fans, from everybody, from yourself as well. Because you want to perform on the highest stage. You want to create your own memories. Yeah. So I think that's what the World Cup feels like. Yeah.
How do you think England will do? How do you think they've shaped up so far? Do you like the squad? Do you like Tuchel? Do you like the kind of choices that we can see already? O'Reilly, Jude, or Rodgers, those kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think, look, ultimately we have to respect what the manager's vision is for the squad. I think he's done some I'm not going to say interesting decisions. I think they're decisions that are right decisions, but he's been brave enough to make them, is what I would say. I think that, leaving out Cole potentially I'm surprised by that one. Not saying that Cole had an incredible season, but I feel we know what he can do on the international stage because he's done it already for England in the Euros and had big moments. So I think that's probably the biggest surprise for me, I would say. Of course, Maguire, the experience, Foden's what he's done, Gibbs White being in a fantastic moment towards the end of the season. They'd feel hard done by. Lewis Skelly the same. Yeah. Winning the Premier League, playing in the Champions League final, doing what he did towards the end of the season. He had a fantastic run going in, but unfortunately the manager had other plans, right? And that's ultimately what you're paid to do. You're paid to make those difficult decisions, and we have to respect it and go, okay, you've done what you've done, that's how you feel. Okay, we have to support that now. It can't be he's done the wrong things, this and that. It's like, no, if we want to win, we have to be together. We have to understand the manager's vision. That's what he wants to do. Okay, let's go, let's support.
That positivity hasn't always been there with England, right? Yeah. When you were there, you could sometimes feel that there was a bit of negativity around the camp. Right. It feels like this time, you're right, everybody has to pull in the same direction because it's a great occasion. They really have a chance, I think, to do something special.
They do, and I also feel that I don't think we're an underdog. I think the expectation is that we have top players, that we have players who can deliver big moments, and they've consistently done that, whether it be Jude, whether it be H, who scored all those goals. We have players who are competing on the highest level, played in the biggest competitions, week in, week out, players performing in Champions League finals consistently now, representing our country, which I suppose in the past it wasn't as regular. Of course, we had fantastic moments from guys like Stevie G from Liverpool and Chelsea and all those things, Man United over the years, but we're talking about every single season now. We're seeing English players popping up for different teams in different countries, whether that be Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, things of that nature. So I think all in all, our players are maybe choosing to be a bit more worldly themselves and, taking their talents outside of the Premier League. And in turn, it's also helping their game evolve. They're seeing a different lifestyle, different mentality, different coaching style. And I think that's something that's going to ultimately help them in the long run to become, better players, have a more worldly mindset, learn new languages and those types of things. And I think that gives us an edge too, because I don't think there's that unpredictability that was once there in the past where you play against the country and it's like, I've never seen these players before. Who is this guy? Whereas now, you see everybody, right? So the game's evolved so much as well, but certainly for England squad, I think we have a great chance because of how our players have also evolved.
As a striker, when you see the season that Kane is having or has had, especially at his age, more towards the end than the beginning really of his career, are you impressed? Does it still impresses you, or do you just think that this is what he does?
I think you can never be bored with how consistent someone is. the expectation is if you're scoring 50 plus goals at the age he's at, you know, you have to go, wow. Like, there's a level of consistency that very few players have, and he's one of them that does. So you have to give him the credit. The expectation for him to deliver is going to be there more than ever now. I think this particular competition, considering how well he's done, he's won trophies now. He's got that off his back now, you know, playing for Bayern, and he's lifting trophies. So that was the question mark everybody had before, right? Whereas now that's gone. Yeah. So we're seeing a man who's tasted success, who understands what it feels like to get his hands on a trophy, delivering goals consistently. He's been that. That's what he's known for. That's what he's been all his life, bro. Let's be real. Yeah. But now we're seeing him. Can you take it to the next level, dog? Can you just go to that? You know. But listen, I think football is about moments ultimately too. Yeah. And you know, not just for H, but for his teammates. Everyone's got to deliver. Everyone's got to step up. That's going to take a great team unit, chemistry, selflessness in order for us to go that one step further. And we've been very close, you know, so many times. Maybe it's this year.
One on Jude, because there's been a lot of chat about Jude. I'm like, okay, it seems like in England, maybe people don't appreciate him talent-wise as the right level. I don't know what's happening behind the scene in the camp or not. But where do you stand on Jude, his status?
Jude's a world-class player, let's be real, you know, and I love his attitude, his mentality, how he goes about his game. He's very tenacious, he's very ambitious, he's proud. You know, he's delivers under pressure consistently. Yeah. Big moments, big goals. And he's somebody who, you know, I think when you look at how his game's progressing, he's becoming more of a leader. You know, and I think he's somebody who can help us go all the way. Yeah. You know, you can never doubt what Jude Bellingham's done at club level, international level. His unbelievable goal at the Euros, the last minute when you sort of thinking what's going on here, and he delivers a wow moment. And these are the types of things Jude Bellingham's known for. You know, that celebration you see. You know, you see that come out when he scores. You're like, okay, I see you. I see what you're doing. So listen, you can never doubt Jude, man. And the outside noise is the outside noise. You know, I think ultimately, I love his style. I love his game. I'm proud of him as a Brummie, and I cannot wait to see how his game evolves.
Last one on. We talked about England, but on the rest, maybe who do you see going far? I mean, I know you're going to say my boys, obviously, but...
How you know I'm going to say your boys? You never know what I'm going to say.
Because you're my brother. I know you're going to say France and Kylian.
For sure.
Where do you see? Do you see France? Do you see Spain? Could Germany maybe surprise? Argentina?
France, you got Spain, you got Argentina, you know, Portugal. Is it their time? The midfield they have is, you know, incredible, right? And the creativity they've got as a squad. Can they bring that all together? Is it Ronaldo's moment, you know, where he delivers something special? Like you said, Germany, they looked impressive. They've got a solid squad as well. I think there's so many good teams. That's the hard part about it for me this time around is there doesn't feel like there's a clear standout, you know? I think when you looked at Argentina before the last World Cup, they were unbeaten for such a long time, and they took that into the competition. I think Italy was similar for the Euros. It might have been where they're unbeaten for like a long period of time, and then they ended up going over the line again. And I don't see any dominant team going into this. I see loads of dominant players who impact games significantly, but I don't know if there's any team that you're sort of thinking, they're going to do it. Because even with France's qualities they have, is the selflessness going to be there?
There's something missing.
There's always a little question with everybody, right? So that's the thing we need to decide now. We need to know. And that's why we're watching.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't got all the answers. I know. You know what I mean? I ain't got all the answers. So we're going to see what they're going to do.
We have to watch until the end.
Yeah, to the end. We have to wait. Let's go. Get out the group. Then you see what'll go on. You can't, hey, don't get too excited.
Don't get too, you know, the French.
Slowly.
Perfect, bro.